Next, be ready in the event of a US military intervention. The message from Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro on Saturday. Addressing troops at a military base in Caracas, Maduro said the army's duty is to defend Venezuela should America touch its territory. Well, Maduro's words come as opposition leader Juan Guaido once again rallied his supporters. Earlier, though, the US's top diplomat, Mike Pompeo, came out in support of Guaido, telling Venezuelans the time for transition is now. Have a listen.
The people of Venezuela, the United States sees your courage in action. We see you proudly reclaiming the freedom and democracy that is rightfully yours. We admire you. We stand with you. Last month, I visited Cúcuta, Colombia, and saw firsthand the misery that Maduro has created with the Russians' and Cubans' help. These same scenes of desperation are playing out all across Venezuela. They must end. The time for transition is now.
Mike Pompeo's message of support for Venezuelans there. France 24's Simone Brunet is in Caracas. He tells us more about where rivals Maduro and Guaido currently stand.
Maduro is in a stronger position. He suffered an uprising, and it was a really small one, smaller for sure than what they were expecting in the U.S. administration and what Juan Guaido was expecting. So he is, of course, in a stronger position to negotiate if this is what he wants. On the other hand, also the Trump administration seems to have some division inside. On Friday, President Trump kind of talk about the attitude of Bolton, and he said, if I should follow his advice, I would be doing wars in 20 different countries. And he also said, after his long conversation with President Putin, that he doesn't think that Venezuela, that there is an intervention or a presence or an interest, a strong interest of Russia in Venezuela. As you said before, Sergei Lavrov and probably Mike Pompeo are going to meet and discuss the situation. This is another interesting thing, like people start to think that the future of Venezuela is not in their hands anymore, but is going to be decided between international superpowers on their back. So the situation is still fluid, but we have to say that the protest at the moment is now really kicking in.